And at first, it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna buy this. I start hiring contractors, building, and I mean everything. Just well, let's go back to the thing about faith. I've always been a believer of a higher power, just kind of not guiding you, but kind of pushing you in a direction. And things, I mean, I never feel like things just happen by coincidence, just because they happen. So that's like when I went one of my trips to Arizona in February to go close the store. On the way over there, well, let me go back a few weeks before that trip in February. It was my friend's birthday. I went to his birthday party. I had not seen him for over a year, and I met this commercial real estate agent. And I just told him, like, I want to open up a knife shop. I'm looking. I didn't know what I wanted, actually. I had this big collection from Arizona. I was going to put it in my garage. I have to do something about it. And I just entertained the idea of, like, if I find something that might be worth it. So I took one of my final trips to Arizona. This guy that I had just met at that party called me and said, hey, I found a spot. I know the agent, and this store, it's called Three Sassy Chicks. They're moving to a bigger spot in the same shopping center. So they're moving out of this corner location. I was like, I think it'll be perfect. And I was like, sure. So as soon as I got back, I mean, we went there and saw the space. It was full of girls' clothes, and there was a lot of women just buying stuff. And I was like, okay, I mean, I can visualize it. It's just a big open space, but I loved it. I was like, okay, this might work. And I said, you know what, let's just do it. Let's just see if we can make an agreement.
You have the sublease?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I mean, well, they were moving out already.
Okay, gotcha.
So they moved out in a weekend. They cleared the whole thing out, and I got approved, and I was like, oh crap, this is it. This is real. So all those things, I mean, just by me meeting Sarah at the right time, me meeting John at the right time, all those things, I mean, they don't feel like coincidences. They don't feel like, those are things that I've never planned. So yeah, there's something there, and yeah, I have faith in things that things are gonna happen.
Well, a lot of faith though also comes into action, and you having faith to take those steps,
Exactly.
Because going back to what you said, when people hit roadblocks, and that's why people don't get into business, because they encounter a challenge that they don't want to go through. And so they just said, you know what, no, I'm fine where I'm at, and I'll just, and again, there's nothing wrong with that. There's my thing is, if you're happy where you're at, man, so be it. More power to you. Not everybody's going to be wanting to take those chances, those risks every day, and having those sleepless nights sometimes, or kind of figuring out, phones don't ring, or, no one comes into your shop. And those are the things that you're going to go through right now. Dude, I went through that. When I went off on my own 17 years ago, I opened up my store, no different than you in a sense. I mean, I had the background already in the business, but essentially now I didn't have a partner to kind of lean on, or kind of like, sometimes when you have someone there with you, it's a little easier to kind of get that support. But when you're off by yourself, especially if you're in your office by yourself, there's a lot of time for you to just think about what you're doing.
It can go dark where like, sure, oh my God, nobody's showing up. It's 4 o'clock.
So the first, where I'm at now is basically, I've been there, but I've kind of evolved and moved over, gotten bigger. But my first store, I had my office in the very back of the shop, and I had a little showroom in the front. And I had really, it was just myself, and my wife would come in here and there, and then we eventually hired someone to kind of help, a little admin person. But for the longest time, same situation, man. And I'd be in the back, and the phones weren't ringing.